Hello, welcome to the Multidisciplinary Studies program. If you haven't met me in person yet, my name is Greg Wilson and I teach the intro course MDS 300, which you're watching an overview video for right now, as well as the capstone course, which is the final course that you'll take in our program, MDS 400. I want to tell you a little bit about what we'll be doing in MDS 300 and how you can get help. I'm here with the team, of course, so the director of the program, Vicki Budd, your advisor, Alexis Kenyon, and our administrative assistant, Rebecca Morgan. We're all here to help you start this process and finish it, hopefully, successfully. So a little bit more about MDS 300 now. In this introductory course to our program, there's three basic assignments that we're going to tackle. The first one, though not in order of our course, but the first one we're going to talk about today is the reflection paper. The reflection paper is basically your process of how you got to the MDS program, what you hope to accomplish as you're in the program, what you think the future may hold for you in the program, as well as a discussion of how you decided on the courses that you are going to take in your upper division work. Part of that will also be decided by the interviews that you will do with faculty and staff, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. But first of all, as you can see, we're on our homepage, MDS website. If you want to look at these three parts of our program, you can go under Current Students, and you will see listed there MDS 300. So in MDS 300, you will find a link to each part of the course that we're going to cover. So here's the individual degree plan, the reflection paper, and the e-portfolio. Clicking on the reflection paper link, since that's what we're talking about, you can see we've got a lot of information here to help you, including some reflection paper examples. Those examples will kind of give you an idea of what we're looking for in the reflection paper. There's also questions that we help you with that you might want to ask faculty or staff when you interview them. The reflection paper really is just a series of questions that you're asking yourself. Why am I here? What do I hope to accomplish? And also getting help from others who may know more about your career or the courses you want to take by interviewing them. One of the main parts of the reflection paper will be to interview at least two people. They can both be faculty or staff at Boise State, or one can be a faculty and staff and the other could be someone outside in your career field or someone you're currently working with that has a job you would like to do in the future, to get ideas of what you want your degree here at Boise State to look like. So that's the reflection paper, which will be due at the end of the semester. The next part of our course is planning our IDP, or individual degree plan. And you can see that as well under current students. Our individual degree plan takes into account the courses that you want to tackle as you do your degree here at Boise State. It's basically comprised of two parts. The first part is the goals that you want to set for your program, and the second part are the individual courses that you want to take to meet those goals. So if you look through the individual degree plan, or otherwise known as the IDP page on our website, you'll see again we have a lot of information here to help you, including how to set SMART goals, which is how we will do our program, our learning outcomes, and also other goals that we set in class, as well as examples of completed individual degree plans. So I'm going to click on one of those now, and you'll see as it loads, you're going to see what the IDP form looks like, as well as I'll give you a little information on how to fill it out. So as I said, it's basically comprised of two parts. The first part are your goals, and these goals are separated into three types. The first type of goal that you'll be looking at is a program outcome goal. Our program outcomes are listed here in purple. And those are the 6 skills sets and knowledge that we expect every student that graduates from Boise State to have by the time they graduate. So these are important to us. I think they're specific enough to be important to you. Do you write well? Do you communicate well? Are you a critical thinker? Those are the kind of skills that employers are looking for no matter what job you're going into, or whether you're starting your own company or career. So we want to see that you are thinking about those outcomes and that you're planning towards them. So the first goal that you're going to set is called a program outcome goal. And it's going to be based on one of those 6 program outcomes, probably the one you feel maybe the most worried about, that maybe you haven't learned anything in those areas before. You can set a program goal that covers that, including a class you might take to get some of that information, or how you might practice those skills and why that would be important to you. Another section of our goals is called learning outcome goals. These are things that you want to learn during your time at Boise State. It should be based on something that you're interested in, of course, and it should be talking about skills and knowledge, specific things that you want to master by the time you graduate with your multidisciplinary study degree, and why you feel those are important for you either personally or professionally. So there'll be 3 of those. And then there's one goal called a service learning goal. In our capstone course, we will be doing 15 hours of service learning, and we're going to combine that with kind of a hands-on project or a research paper that you will identify areas in the nonprofit organization you're working with that can be improved using your own background and skills in that area. So the service learning goal in our 300 course is for you to think about what would a first step be to find that organization that can use the skills you have, or to identify a topic that you might want to research and help a nonprofit organization do their job better at by the time you get to MDS 400. So the service learning goal is actually a pre-goal that will help set you up for success in MDS 400 when you actually do your service learning. As well, there is one other goal you can see here, a personal goal. That goal can be anything that is important to you. It is optional, so you don't have to fill that part of the IDP out, but a lot of people fill that out. Maybe their goal is to be the first person in their family to graduate with a bachelor's degree. That's great. Others have physical fitness goals or family time goals. Anything that you feel might be important to your success at Boise State, you could put down as your personal goal. That's the first part, is getting those goals listed and figured out. Now the second part is basically just listing the courses that you want to take in your upper division work at Boise State. The MDS degree does require that you take at least 21 credits of upper division courses along with our 3 required courses in order to graduate with the MDS degree. There's also some other university requirements for upper division work. Those might be classes that transfer in or not, but your advisor will know better on how to fit those other credits in for you. But as far as our individual degree plan goes, we do want you to think of at least 21 credits worth of classes that you can take that are upper division that will help you meet the learning outcomes that you set in the first part of the IDP. So basically in this section you will list the course, any prerequisites that course might have, its title, how many credits it is, and then there will be a justification section which tells you and also us what you want to learn in that course and why that would be important to you. And ideally that will tie back into the learning outcomes that you have listed up above and the program outcomes. So these 2 sections work together, the justifications for the reasons why you're taking these courses, and then the learning outcomes themselves. Finally, we also want you to list a tentative time that you would take that course. That doesn't have to be set in stone, but these 21 credits will form the foundation of your degree at Boise State, and once we submit them to the registrar, that will be your degree plan. So basically, you're choosing what courses you want to take to get your degree at Boise State. But the registrar will use this as a record of what you're planning to take. So that's why we spend a little time making sure those courses are right for you and that they fit into your future goals and plans. You don't want to justify more than 22 or 23 credits, depending on how the credits break out. 21 is the required minimum, but try not to go much over that if you can. So that's basically what happens in the IDP process. The third part of our course is what we call the e-portfolio. And an e-portfolio is basically just a collection of work, your best work that you've done at Boise State. It's a place that you can keep examples of all the things you've learned and artifacts like assignments or videos or presentations, whatever you want, to show that you have mastered the academic skills needed to be successful. The e-portfolio can follow you after graduation, and you can actually use that as you apply for a new job or to show your current employer why you should be promoted, or even to pursue graduate school. It's an easy way to collect and keep all your work in one place. So the e-portfolio page on our website, again, tells you a little bit about what it is, how to create an e-portfolio, how to customize it, and it also has a link to our program outcomes, which are the same that you've seen on the individual degree plan. The reason why that link is there is because over the course of your upper division classes that you will take, you will be finding assignments and artifacts that meet each one of these program outcomes. So that by the time you reach the capstone course, MDS 400, you'll have an assignment that shows how you can problem solve. You'll have an assignment that shows that you can think in multicultural perspectives, that you are an effective writer, that you are an effective communicator, and so on. So as we create the e-portfolio in our intro course, MDS 300, you'll actually be using that over the various semesters that you're taking upper division courses at Boise State, and filling that e-portfolio up with artifacts, not only of what you want others to see, but also one artifact for each one of these program outcomes. Basically, we want to see that you have mastered those skills, and we also want you to see how you've developed and grown here at Boise State as a student. So by the end of MDS 300, the reflection paper and the IDP that you develop in MDS 300 will be submitted to the advisory committee. The advisory committee, you can also find a link on our homepage that kind of lists members of the committee, so you can see that if you like. But those folks will look over your reflection paper and also your IDP, and will recommend that you either become part of the MDS program or not. In most cases, if you have done the work of the class MDS 300, you will definitely be accepted into the program. So we look forward to having you in the program, and the goal of our intro course MDS 300 is to get you ready to fully participate in your degree at Boise State. If there are any prerequisites, just to remind you of courses you want to take in your upper division, you do need to complete those, of course, before you can take your IDP courses. So that's also something that we plan into the process. Also, some departments restrict the courses that they offer to people who are majoring in that field. Fortunately, more and more courses or departments, including business and leadership, management, those kinds of courses have been open to MDS students and to the student body of Boise State in general. We're hoping for more of that in the future, but your advisor and you will sit down and figure those things out as you go. A lot of students plan to take minors or certificates in certain areas, and that's very possible, but sometimes we do have to work with the department a little bit to allow them into those courses. So that's kind of an overview of what you will be covering in this course, MDS 300.